Hey guys, how are you doing? It is Mike here at the fitness camp, delivering quality material in a different format to you. Okay, don't pay any attention, or don't pay too much attention to this little logo here. That's just something that's coming soon. It's going to be very big and exciting. But you're the first guys to see it, so keep it hush hush. Okay, tell nobody anything whatsoever. Right. What could you tell them anyway? Don't know too much about it, so let's just stop blabbing on there and having so much fun. Let's go to why I am doing this recording, okay? Basically, in a nutshell, I'm going to be doing more things like this so I can get, seriously, more quality content over to you. Hopefully quite quickly, hopefully quite effectively as well and efficiently, and that because you're listening to me, you're actually, it's sinking in. As you know, or as probably you've heard, different people have different ways of learning. Okay, people read. Some people are better at reading. Some people are better at writing things down, and some people are better at seeing things. Okay, maybe there's one more there. I don't know if I've got it right there. Listening, watching, and reading. That's probably the main things, actually. So you can watch something here, but you can also listen to me in this at the same time. Okay. In this one, I'm going to make them quick. One of the questions I get is about what's called, or what you guys, or what some of you guys will call the rest week. Okay, it is not a rest week. Okay, that is not what it's all about. And I know it's in some articles, but again, so I can get quality content over, this is the way that I'm going to do it from now on. Okay, or a lot of the time, this is how I'm going to do it. Okay, when we have a rest week, and I'm going to call it rest week as well for now. We don't always have them. Okay, not always. We do have start and end dates at each camp, but maybe the next camp rolls on straight from there. But, you know, quite a lot of the time, probably we do have this week in between the end date of one fitness camp and the start date of the next, okay? Really, don't think of it like that whatsoever, okay? Because at the end of the day, if you want to get great results, that's an awful way to think about it, to be honest, yeah? Because you need to think about everything else that could improve, and that's really, you know, what it's all about, the fitness camp. When I first started them, if you read the story, it's not about being a class. Far from it. I think most of you will know that as well. Otherwise, you won't be getting the great results you are. It's about coaching. It's about personal coaching as much as anything else. It's just that we do the group stuff all together. Okay, very effective routines, and everything else we do away from the camp or via a Q&A at the end of camp, and so on and so on. But as you know, when you've come, these are all, you know, there's a lot of other things that you need to be thinking of when you are trying to get results, okay, and trying to make more progress than ever, right? So that's why I call it the 3 R's, okay? The recovery week, the reflect week, and the regeneration week. Why are we doing that? And I'll even add a 4th R, okay, the repetition, okay? Because everything I'm saying here now looks very, very complex, but I'll go through it pretty quickly, is in fact needed to be repeated, okay? You come to the people have been coming to the fitness camp for I don't know how long, which is absolutely fantastic, and they're getting great results, and that's probably because they're doing a lot of other things as well. But repetition is a massive part of anything and getting good at it. When you do whatever you do in your career, you repeat quite a few things, yeah? When you're at school, you repeated things. At college, if and when you decided to learn a language, okay, you have to repeat what you're doing. And this is just the same thing. This is compared to me, this is alien territory to you, to a lot of you, yeah? So it does need repeating, so it sinks in and sinks in and sinks in, okay? So why are we doing it? Yeah, top right-hand corner there, result, result, result. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. We want to look good, we want to feel good, we want to have, you know, loads of energy, we want to be more productive, you know, we want maybe, you know, better confidence, better self-esteem because of the things that we're doing that are to do with better shape, clothes feel better, fit better, sorry, and so on and so on. We just want to get better results, okay? So we need to do these things, and that means in this week, by doing these things, you're going to make more progress next month when you add the real, you know, effective high intensity resistance and interval training that we do at the fitness camp. Yeah, so these things are very important. So what are we looking at? We're looking at lifestyle, you know, your quality of sleep, looking at your mindset or your psychological reasons and stuff. You know, call it goal achievement, call it visions, call it goal setting, whatever you want, but it's a lot bigger than that. Okay, it's about making sure that you're doing everything that you need to do on that side. It's about making sure that you're doing the right things on your nutrition. Okay, you're giving a bit more time to reflect and look at that. It's a chance to make sure that you're doing your mobility. We warm up and there's exercises there, but we want to make sure that you're doing more so that you reduce your chances of injury. Okay, more recently we've had a couple of people who, you know, could have avoided not full-on injuries, nothing that stopped them too much, but, you know, if they came to me, I would have told them this right now, that the mobility and the recovery stuff is essential to stop those things from happening. Okay, and if everything else is absolutely fantastic, then of course this week can also be, you can still do loads more training. Got no problem with that. So okay, you know, you don't have to have a week off, so to speak, from that. You can do stuff on your own, or you can get, you know, via stuff that you get off me. But yes, you can do training, but as long as you're doing all the other things, okay, make full use of all the tools and all the utilities that you've got there. Okay, so first off, going in a bit more detail, nutrition. Assess, look at what you're doing, okay? If you're doing it right, you should be doing food journals. Or if you're looking, I should put it another way, if you're looking to get amazing results, then you've got to do food journals. If you just, you know, while you're trying to do everything, you just want to maintain what you've got, then maybe not as crucial. But if you want to be achieving absolutely big things, then you've got to do food journals, and you've got to make them very detailed so you can go back at them and look at how effective they've been. Okay, when you've got a record of everything you've done, like, you know, your training, like your food, and looking at your sleep and stuff, and we'll get into that in a bit, then you can have a better idea of what you need to improve, and as I've put there, what changes that you're going to put in. Okay, how are you going to improve things? So, how do you improve things once you've looked at your journals and stuff? Have a reread of the manual. Okay, new people will be looking at it straight away. Okay, people that have been here for 6, 12 months, 18 months, maybe now and again, what you need to do is have a reread. Now, this week is perfect for that. Yeah, you can do it any time, but I'm just saying this week is perfect for doing stuff like that to get yourself sorted again. Obviously, ask me. You know, just because we're not at camp does not mean that you're not a member of ABC Fitness Camp. Okay, you still ask me, and those who do get better results, right? Or ask, you know, the coach that you're you know, Mike at Castlefields, or if you're looking at this video after we've opened up a couple of other venues, ask that coach first, and if they don't know the answer, or they want to get a better answer from yours truly, then they'll come to me, or you can come to me. Okay, and just keep on looking at the members site, because obviously there's a lot of stuff to do with nutrition there. Right, next one, looking at your mobility and corrective stuff. So I've already mentioned mobility in the whys, but again, looking at, you know, we do 5 minutes in the as preparation for the warm-ups, but what is mobility there for? It says it on the tin, really, to stay mobile. By doing that, you're making sure that you're not going to get any injuries, okay? And, you know, looking at it from a more positive side rather than, you know, reducing chances of injury, it also means you can work harder. It means you can make the routines more effective because everything's switched on better. Okay, you've got better alignment between your left and your right, between your front and your back. Okay, everything's working very effectively, very efficiently, which means when you get into the routines, you can really execute them fantastic. Okay, so what can you do? You can go to the yo-yo group that's on the member site. You can think about the ABC Fitness Camp warm-ups that we do. Okay, they're probably ingrained in the head of some of you. Do a little bit of that. You can do some stretching. We do a little bit at the camp. The main part of the camp, remember, is to do the stuff that's hardest to do the metabolic conditioning and to do the metabolic training. Okay, we do a little bit of mobility. We do a little bit of stretching. As I've said, you've got to do more of that, and you'll come up trumps with it if you do. Okay, part of the stretching I've mentioned a few times, foam rolling, which is a bit like a DIY sports massage, a bit more to it. videos on the members site. But foam rolling, absolutely fantastic. And lastly there, for some of you that have done it, my personal coaching KCA reports, the one-off reports. Some people have opted for that and got some things tailored for them. Make sure, a bit like the nutrition manual, that you go back to your report and have a look at what you need to do. If anyone else is wondering what the hell that is, have a look at the Body Planner, thebodyplanner.com website, or just give me a bell and I'll send you the link to it. Okay, it's not that you need it, nothing whatsoever, but some people might just fancy it. It's just about, again, getting something more personal to you when you're away from camp. Okay, looking at your goals and visions, test them. Okay, a bit like the nutrition. How do you assess? You look at your journals on the goals. When you test yourself and you look at your circumferences, or you look at your weight, or you look at photos, or you look at how clothes fit, and take it from both sides. If they're fitting great, what was it that made them fit great? Yeah, what was it that you did? Because you want to keep on doing those things. On the other hand, if you haven't got the results that you were hoping for, okay, what didn't work for you? Look at it from that side. Okay, if you've got everything in front of you that what you're doing about what you've been doing recently, then it makes this testing a lot easier. Okay, you've got to have goals. That means you've got to test those goals. Yeah, and also there is the subjective side of it. There is the measurable goals, like I've mentioned. There are the subjective ones as well. How you feel. Again, I've talked about reasons for people doing it. They want to get in better shape, but yeah, it has indirect things as well, like higher self-esteem, better confidence, whatever, stuff like that. Again, be subjective about it. Have a look at that side. Reflect. Also on the goals, look at how important they are. Okay. That again, you look at it on two ways on that. I'll give you an example. I get my goals and achieve them, or get close to them. That's probably more at the point I don't achieve them. Okay, when I get closer and closer, I like to change things around a bit so I still stay excited about them. So when I say they're still important, it might mean two things. One, that you've got so close that you need to create excitement again and do a new goal. On the other side, your goals might not have been as good as you thought they were, and now that you've had a chance to reflect on them, you need to build a set of goals using the worksheets, using the members site. I'm not going to go through that in this video, but using the tools that are there to repeat that process. There you go. Keep repeating things to make sure that I say they're exciting, but they engage you. Okay, the goal's right for you, and you're right for the goal. Does that make sense? Okay, you've got to relate to it, okay? And that's just by following what's on the website, right? And saying all that, right, that shows how important everything else is. So if you're doing all those things, yes, training, do some training. That's absolutely fantastic. Again, use the yo-yos group. Those that are doing it, you're not going to be overtraining. I actually think, there is a phrase that, you can't overtrain, you can just under-recover, yeah? And your nutrition, your mobility, your sleep is all paramount to your recovery, yeah? I think, for general folk, there is a threshold, so we've got to be careful on that. But even at camp, you could do 4 routines a week, and that's why the yo-yos group was there. That's why I put videos in there, or put just programs in there, so people can do either a 4th routine, they can do a routine if they miss camp, but also in these recovery weeks, in these regeneration weeks, if everything else is going well, yeah, do some training, yeah? But be clever about your training as well. Think of it from this point. What are your weaknesses? Okay, examples, things like maybe upper body strength, like push-ups, maybe like the renegade rows and making sure that you're not moving your hips, okay? Getting really tight and looking to execute those exercises as well as possible, okay? Get better at them. Again, the whole idea is, looking at the top right-hand corner again, is results. That's what we're looking for. How can we make more progress next month? By looking at your weaknesses right now, okay? People ask me at camp, and again, you can do it anytime, but given that you've got this week, what a great time to be doing that sort of thing as well, okay? Look at those things. And then finally, just very quickly, some questions that you can ask. How good is your sleep? Okay, I like asking that one, because if it's not great, yeah, what can we do to improve it? Because there's always answers, yeah? If you're asking the right questions, there's always an answer. If you don't know the answer, I will know the answer. Okay, on sleep, we've mentioned things like magnesium, tulsi tea, electric activity, things that are on your mind when you go to bed, switching off completely, reading a good fiction book. There's all sorts of answers and more, okay? And similarly, looking at things like what your energy levels are like. Are they great? If they are, fantastic. If they're not, again, there's answers there. There's things that we can do. Probably a lot of things that are on this page right now. How sore is your body? Okay, if it's not sore, that's great. If it's recovering quicker, that's great. If you're still sore, again, there's things on this page that can be done, right? What's not working, and on the opposite side, what's working? Repeat what's working, look at what's not working, and how can we change it? Yeah, simple. Okay, you just got to have the right questions there. Am I getting closer or further away from my goals? Yeah, simple. But you've got to ask yourself that question. How can I improve as a result? Yeah, I've just said it again. And finally, how close am I to where I want to be? Okay, I mentioned that a bit in the goals. I always answer that question with a mark out of 10. Okay, when I get close to an out of 10, 7 or 8 or stuff, I'll then think, right, I don't want to get too comfortable. Do I need to change it? And that's about the testing. Is the goal, not so much is the goal still important, but does the goal still relate to me, and do I still relate to the goal? Okay, simple as that. If it's about a 4 or a 5, fantastic. You've still got work to do. You're still going towards it, assuming that it's still exciting, right? If it's getting closer to the 7 or 8, I like to get it down there, personally speaking, to about a 4 or 5 again. As long as I'm still engaging with it. I don't do it for the sheer hell of it. Okay, if a 7 or 8 is good for you, and you want to wait till you get to a 10, that's fantastic. But still ask yourself the question, because if it is lower, you then ask yourself the next question: how do I improve? Okay, and again, I've mentioned there the 6-month to 12-month vision. All sorts of tools are on the website. Have a good look around all the blogs and articles. But if you can't find it, again, ask me. Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot there. Okay, there's a lot of things, a lot of questions to ask, a lot of ways of looking at it. I hope you found that really, really valuable, and the way that we're doing this now, using the audio and the mind maps like this. Loads to do, okay, to make sure that you get great results. That's it for now. Have a great day, and I will talk to you more soon. Bye for now.